Hello there everyone, and Ready here, and for today's video I thought I'd break up some VHS tapes. But before I get started, I'd like to send out a big thank you to Mr. Cinema Junkie for his nice shout out the other day, and to everyone who has subscribed to me up until this point. Alright, my first VHS tape is Suspiria. This was the first uncut release in the US, so it was a big deal at the time when it came out back in 1989. This is a Magnum release. Signed there. This is the back. Next up, we have Terror at the Opera, which was what it was called in the U.S. because they figured if they didn't put that there, they'd think it was just opera, but opera music, or as opposed to like a horror movie. But they could always just put the Dario Argento name in front of it, like Dario Argento's opera, but they were too stupid for that. Side. I've always liked this movie. I think it's my favorite of Argento's films. It's between that and Tenebrae. Next up is Evil Dead 2. This is the Vestron video release. Showing up or not. I bought this back in 1987. I just opened this up the other day and it dropped on the floor, but you can see here that the label adhesive has come off on that. So I'm going to have to glue that back on. We have Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This is the Anchor Bay release, the first VHS one. This one's got a nice gatefold. This one claims to have extra features on the end, but it's really not. They're not there. The theatrical trailer, deleted scenes. But luckily I have the DVD now, so special edition of that, so it's not an issue anymore. Next up we have the Natural Born Killers 2 cassette edition. This is from Vidmark. I think this came out back in 1996. This is what contains over 1 hour of unseen edited footage. This is the letterbox edition of this. It's got a nice little fold here with a note from Oliver Stone, and some nice pictures here. You can see that or not. I always like this release. I have this release on DVD through Trimark, but I need to get the newer releases. Even like the Media Book Blu-ray would be nice, even though I don't have Blu-ray yet. Now this one here I got for free at Game Cycle. They have like this little pile in front of the door of VHS tapes they can't sell. This is Zero Boys. This is a Lightning video, which I think actually was affiliated with Vestron. Oh, see, that's not working. Well, it looks kind of ugly. Those are reruns. Next up is the last brand new VHS I ever bought back in 1997, and this is The Lost Highway. And I bought this one because I liked the cover art so much. And it's also a good film. I've never opened it, it's still sealed. I prefer this artwork to the DVD release, at least the North American DVD. If you get the comparison of the two there. I wish they had gone with that one, but they didn't. Right, next up is one of my favorites. It's Frankenhooker. Now this one was the talking box, and it still works, but it's really, really faint. Let me see if I get close enough. You probably couldn't hear that. Press it one more time. I need to get this on DVD, but I think it's out of print now. See, it's got a little... that's where the mechanism is for the voice. Probably should have took this off before I did that. Okay, my next video is The Visitor. I always liked this artwork. This box has been beat up pretty badly. I had this one for a while with the eyeball. None of this stuff was in the movie. It'd be really cool if it was, but of course it's a 70s film, so it'd be cheesy looking if it did. This is an old Embassy release. Yeah, I think they released The Fog originally on VHS too. That'd be cool to have that edition. Next up is Twin Town. This is a more recent movie from the mid-90s there, from the producers of Trainspotting. This one, for some reason, I don't think is available on DVD in Region 1, and I don't know why. That's probably the reason why I've held on to this so much. I'm tempted to just burn it onto disc, but I'd like to have the real deal. Maybe I should look around at other regions. Next up is a collection of Richard Kern's short films, hardcore. This is from Film Threat Video originally. I don't think Film Threat magazine exists anymore, but they used to sell like independent films in the back of their magazine, and this is one of them. Lydia Lunch and stuff like that. Next up, Roger Corman film, Brain Dead. I think this one stars Bud Cort and Bill Pullman. There's Bill Pullman there. And look, there's George Kennedy. This is a weird film, and this is the film. This is the main reason why Dead Alive is called Dead Alive, because of this movie. If it wasn't for this film, it'd be called Brain Dead in the U.S. as well. Next up, this film isn't really good, but I like it for the cover art. It's called The Killing Jar. I haven't watched this one in a long time, but I really like the girl stuck in the jar. If you turn it around, it's got a picture from the back of her stuck in a jar. I got this from Blockbuster back in the 90s. And my last video is Streets with Christina Applegate. This movie came out back in, I think it was like 1990 or 91, and she plays a runaway teen who gets like stalked by a motorcycle cop, and he's all crazy. I don't think this is available on DVD either. I should watch this again. I haven't watched it since the 90s. That's my cat, Simon. He's trying to get outside, but that's not happening. Alright everyone, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.